Good morning. This video is on GIMP tutorial. GIMP GNU Image Manipulation Program is a free open source image editing software. Image editing involves photo retouching, resizing, cropping, adjusting the brightness, changing the background, and manipulating your image. Now this GIMP can also be used as a simple paint program. First version of GIMP 0.54 was released in 1996 and it was written by Peter Mattis and Spencer Kimball. Now Wilbur, this is the official mascot of GIMP and it was first released in 1996. The latest current stable release of GIMP is 2.10.22. Now GIMP, it uses only RGB and grayscale mode. Grayscale means the image will be displayed with only the colors of shades of gray, while in RGB mode it will be represented by primary colors red, green and blue. Each pixel will be represented by three values red, green and blue. The most common formats of images are BMP, JPEG, GIF and PNG. But whatever is the format, the image will be displayed as a bitmap on the computer screen. Now bitmap means this consists of rectangular arrangement of small squares called pixels which are arranged in rows. The number of pixels per inch, it represents the resolution, and higher the resolution, more better is the quality of the image. Now we start with exploring the components of the GIMP window. Now on the top we have a title bar which represents the name of the application. You have your control buttons on the extreme right with minimize, maximize and close buttons. Second one, you have your menu bar. Each menu has its own options. You can just click on these menu bar tabs and you can see the various options available in it. Then on the left side you can see the toolbox and the tool options at the bottom, and on the right side you can see the layers, channels and brushes. Now these toolbox and layers, channels, brushes, these are dockable dialog box, and by default your arrangement of GIMP window is multi-window mode. In multi-window mode you can move your toolbox, tool options to any place. Here I can move it anywhere on the screen. You can also change this multi-window mode to single window mode by clicking on Windows single window mode option. In single window mode option, the toolbox and tool options and layers and channels, they are present at the same places on the left and right panels, but here you cannot shift them, you cannot move them, their positions are fixed and we can only increase or decrease the size of it. Now coming to working on GIMP. For working on GIMP, first of all we have to set the image area. For that you have to click on file. Inside file you have your new option, you click on that. In new option you have this image, create a new image dialog box appears. In that you have to set your image size. You have to set the width and height. You can increase this width and height of your image. And here we have the height. Now here you can change this to portrait or landscape. I am choosing landscape here, and here we have by default it is represented in pixels. You can also change the unit as centimeter, meter, yards and so many more are there. By default we have pixels and we generally use pixels option only. And then you have advanced options. You can click on this. When you click on this you get your X resolution, Y resolution. By default it is 72 dpi, but you can change it also. And here you have color space, it will be RGB or grayscale mode, you can choose from here. Then fill width, by default it is background color. The background color is generally white and the foreground color is black, but you can change the fill width also. You can see this drop down and you can get many options here: foreground, background, white, transparency and pattern. I have chosen background just now, white, so my stage area will come as white, and I click on OK. As soon as I click on OK, I get this image area. Now coming to simple tools like rectangle ellipse and text tools, we are going to use the simple paint tools here first. Now if we talk about rectangle tool, you can see here in the toolbox, this is the rectangle tool. If you hover your mouse, you can see in that there are two options. One is ellipse select tool and one is rectangle select tool. It is used both for selection as well as for drawing the rectangle. Now if I have to, by default rectangle select is there. If I want to change it, I will simply click on E, and as soon as I click on E, then it becomes ellipse select tool. If I want back it to rectangle, I can use the shortcut key R, or I can right click on the option present in this toolbox or the tool, and then choose the correct option, whatever drawing I have to make. For each of them, so same thing remains. Like here we have this one tool. If I hover my mouse, I can see it has free select tool, scissors select and foreground select. If I right click, I can get these again here, and I have the shortcut keys also displayed. Like for free select it is F, scissors select it is I, and I can choose by clicking on them, or I can simply press these shortcut keys. Like here just now it is showing free select. If I press shortcut key for scissors is I, so if I press I, it changes to scissors. First, now we are talking about rectangle select tool only. I click here, I drag the rectangle, but if I simply drag and click outside, the thing will not be drawn, because in this, for just now it is only acting as selection tool. For drawing, I will have to drag the rectangle, then I have to go to edit. Inside edit, I will go to stroke selection. In stroke selection, I have stroke line options, stroke, solid color, pattern, line width. I can make use of all these. I am presently choosing only solid color. Then line style is there, stroke with a paint tool is there. If you don't want stroke line, simple line is not required, then you can use stroke with a paint tool. See here, you can see variety of options here also. But presently I am using stroke line, simple line for drawing a rectangle. I click on stroke. Just now by default my background color is black, so my rectangle should come of black color. I will click outside the figure. My rectangle is drawn. Once it is drawn, now if I have to fill color, either I can click on the color and then change the color from here, and I can apply whichever color I wish to apply. Like if I want to apply this green color, blue color, I click on OK. Now when I color it, then here if I apply it, see it has come here. Okay. Now another way of coloring is like I draw another rectangle inside it. If I want, I can choose stroke selection beforehand. You can choose your color. Supposing I have used this dark blue. Okay, okay, I have done. Now I do my edit, stroke selection. I'm just now only drawing the thing, outer boundary. Stroke, see the color of outer boundary is changed. Now if I want to fill color, after this also I can fill, not necessary that I drag and do it. I click on this and then I can choose from here, and I can choose any color of my choice. Supposing I have chosen yellow, I click on OK and I apply here. Okay, now if I want to make ellipse, I type here E, and as soon as I type E, my ellipse is selected. I click on ellipse tool, then I click on edit, stroke selection. Here this time instead of solid color I am using a pattern. Here I can see many patterns. I can use any of these. Supposing I am using this green one, and then I click on stroke and I click outside, so my pattern is drawn. Now if I want to fill color, I can again change the color first. Supposing I have taken red, and now if I have to apply, I will again go to bucket tool, and I will choose the color. Supposing I have chosen red, now it is applied here. This is use of rectangle select tool and foreground and background colors and ellipse select tool. Now we have also used the fill bucket tool here. These simple tools were also used in Paint. You also have gradient option in this, you can use that also. Now coming to text tool, simple text tool you can use by clicking on this text. As soon as you click on text, then you can choose your, you just click on it, you get this box, and now you choose your font color. On red you can see black one, I think so, you can use black. Then you click on OK. Now if you want, you can change the size from here, and if you want to change the writing, you can change the writing also. And just now, and if you want these bold, italic, underline, any effect, you can apply those effects also. Just now I am writing the text as welcome. And here the text appears. Okay, now if I want to use pencil for writing, I can also use pencil for writing. Pencil also has many options, paintbrush, airbrush. I am using here simple pencil just now. You can use any of them. You click on pencil tool, then select the area where you have to write. Supposing I have chosen this whole background, so I am selecting the entire background, and then I am using my pencil tool and I am choosing black color. Click OK, and I write the text here. I can increase or decrease the size from here, because if I use too thick pencil, it will look very thick. So supposing I write here and I choose here background, because I am writing on the background part. Just now the size is too big and the brush size is also too thick. I can use a thinner one. Like this I am using. GIMP I am writing. You can use more thinner brush. Here you can change the size. You can write here with using this pencil tool also. Similarly, you can use your brush and other tools which are available inside it, and shortcut keys are also available, you can see, and you can use those shortcut keys. Like for paintbrush it is P, for pencil it is N, airbrush A, ink K, and my paintbrush Y. Now coming to eraser tool. Eraser is used for erasing your text or any background color or anything which you want to erase. Now supposing I want to erase the text, then I click on eraser tool and I choose from here my, because it is in background, this one text, welcome is written here, so I click here. Then I can erase using this. Now here children, you can increase the size again, to increase the size of the eraser, and also shape you can change from here of the eraser, whatever shape you want. Supposing I have taken this star one and I can use this to erase. The size can be bigger, then it will be visible to you. See here I have taken it of the star shape and this can get erased. Now if I want to erase of background, then here, because this GIMP I have written in the background, so I can erase it like this. This is the simple use of basic tools which are also available in Paint. And last we have here saving a file. For saving a file, you just click on file, you can click on save, and when you click on save, your file name can be any, like I write here P1, and then extension of file is .xcf for GIMP files. Click on save, your file gets saved, and here you have the file name appearing on the title bar. In this, we have learned about the simple tools which are similar to MS Paint. Thank you.